Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Let's look at today's editorial 21st June 2022. So today I've picked up an article from The Hindu that we will be discussing together. Let's go to the PPT. Today I'm taking again a recording, but from tomorrow will be a live session. Uh, First, we will revise very quickly the vocabulary from yesterday. Just look at the 10 words we discussed. How many you remember is what you have to see. So, very quickly, these 10 words, revision of yesterday's words, right? So, protectionism means practice of protecting a country's own industry. How they protect by taxing foreign goods. They will put taxes on the foreign goods and they will protect their own industry, right? Efficacious means effective, producing the desired results. Okay. Unrestrictive, which is loose without limitations, restrictions. Ambivalence is uncertainty. Burgeoning is growing. Skyrocketing, increasing. Underscored, emphasized. Sustaining is continuing. Inking, signing a deal, a contract, right? Ascendant, this one I told you is used as an adjective, right? So something which is rising in power, rising in power, right? These are your words from yesterday's. Now, today's article is a very interesting one from the Hindu newspaper, which I have taken. So, it is an unjust pursuit. Unjust, something which is not fair. Pursuit, when you are after something, right? Pursuit, it's SUIT is the spelling, it is a noun word, means trying to get or trying to achieve something. Okay, so pursuit of pleasure, pursuit of happiness, achieve, trying to achieve something. Guys, if you have heard his story, Julian Assange, then it will be easy to understand. Read about him. Okay, I'll give you a brief basically. So yeah, it is about this story of Julian Assange. Okay, his extradition, right? So if you know the WikiLeaks founder, WikiLeaks was in news for quite some time. Okay, so he has been charged under the US Act. The act name is given Spionage Act of 1970. He's been charged, right? So WikiLeaks founder, related to this is the article. Quickly read the full para. By the time I will write the meanings for you, then we'll discuss together. Okay. So the US is continuously trying to, of course, pursuing him, right? Is after him, Julian Assange. He and that received a kind of encouragement after the British Home Secretary gave the permission to extradite him to the US. So extradite means, so you when you see there is some case going on against a person, and you when send that person to the country from where he is staying to the place where he is on trial, right, where he is considered guilty. For example, if I talk about India right now, the Kingfisher owner, who is that? Malia. He is not extradited, right? He's still probably living in London. He's not back to India. So extradite is when you send him to the country where you want to punish him, right? Where the trial is there against him, right? So right now, if I say the person here, the British people have given the permission to send him to the US. Okay, so to send him back to the US, the country which was putting willing to put him on trial for a crime. Okay, so wanted for criminal charges which include violation of the country's Spionage Act. So US says that he has violated, gone against the Act of 1970. He can face punishment ranging up to 175 years in prison. If officially he is considered guilty, if he is convicted means if the court say officially that he is guilty, he could face punishment up to 175 years. Okay. Now, when were the charges put? When there was Donald Trump government administration. Okay. He was accused, he was blamed of collaborating, partnering with the US soldier who published. Accusing means he was blamed of, we were blamed without any proof right now, right? So of partnering with US soldier who published classified documents and communications on this website, wikileaks.org. Okay, this was the website run by Mr. Assange, and he's the first journalist who has been charged under the First World War Era Act. It's a very old act. Okay, so he has been charged for it, and the US is government is obviously after him. Okay, they're trying to, without stopping, relentless means without stopping, they're after him, and now the British Home Secretary has given the permission to send him back to US, so where he can face criminal charges. Okay, read the next para. Second. Okay. So ironically means something which happens in a way that is totally opposite to what is expected. It is strange, right? Funny. So it becomes strange and funny. Now, during the period of time when Mr. Trump's predecessor, means before that, who was before Mr. Trump? Barack Obama. Okay, and that time US President Joe Biden was the vice president, then means previous time, right? So the Justice Department had concluded that it will not pursue criminal charges. At that time it was said that they will not go after him, okay, Mr. Assange and WikiLeaks, because that can create serious threat to the country's press freedom laws. Okay, so because we guarantee, the US guarantees freedom of expression, if they will go after him for leaking some information, that will be a threat to the freedom of expression. Okay, the documents that were published by WikiLeaks, they also show very, very bad abuse of laws by the government, international laws, humanitarian law, the war, how far, to what extent, excesses means too much, extreme, they have gone for war, and the crime that is being committed in Iraq and Afghanistan by the US government. They say a lot of things. If those things which were revealed by documents revealed or published by WikiLeaks, they show the kind of abuse the US government has done. Okay, besides means in addition to, besides means in addition to, right here, shining a light, examining carefully the inner workings of the elite, the powerful people in the US, how they work in democracies. In autocracies means when there is only single ruler. Cracy means rule, right? So democracies, autocracies across the world, it will show people how these rulers work, the rich, the elite class, okay, the social group which has the power, the money, it will show everything. So that is why it can be very, very serious if we put a charge, the US government charges him, okay, because his documents also show how the government has misused their power. Okay, when you talk about laws, war, okay, crimes committed in Iraq by the US, all of that will come out. Okay, next para. So the diplomatic cables in particular, starting released after careful read action by media organizations, right? And other documents went on to form the bulwark means of a large repertoire of investigative journalism. Something which protects you, something which protects you from danger situations is a bulwark, or from unpleasant situation. Okay, so basically what they are saying is the edited text. Read action means editing what is for publishing, you edit it. Okay, redaction is editing text for publishing. Okay, it is not exactly the way it is published, it is edited first. So the cables, diplomatic cables in particular, after careful, that were released by media organization after editing, careful editing. Okay, and these documents, they protect, um, obviously, a lot. These documents, they are actually like, they prevent us to deal with a lot of unpleasant things. Okay, there is a huge repertoire means collection of investigative journalism. So in a rational world, in a practical world, the people who carry such illegal act, immoral act, okay, and the excesses, the extreme that they go to, okay, which is shown by WikiLeaks, would have been pursued for justice, right? So these kind of documents which WikiLeaks shown would have been actually used for justice. Okay, while Mr. Assange would have been released from his harsh and extended stay in a British prison, right? So, in a practical world, if you talk about in a rational world, in fact, it should have been opposite. He should have been released from the prison for, actually revealing the truth about how governments work, the excesses, to what extreme they go. Okay, but it is not the case, right? This is definitely not the case. Yet meaning still. The dogged means refusing to give up. You are after something, refusing to give up. Okay, they are after him. Pursuit means they want to find him very badly. Has been renewed by the Biden administration. Now the US government is after him again. Now, the only guarantee, they say that they will not hold him in a maximum security prison where there is very strict rules, right? Where you are put confined means when you are imprisoned, put in jail with extremely strict rules, and that if convicted, if he is actually caught, convicted means if he is considered guilty by the court of law, announced guilty, he will serve sentence in his native Australia if he requested. If he want, that should be given to him, that he serves his jail time in the Australia from where he belongs, his original place. Okay. Now, its position runs counter to its stated aim of bringing the US back to the forefront of the world democracies, right? Now, guys, counter to means just the opposite to. Counter to meaning its positions runs counter to. Counter to is um, basically opposite direction, opposite to. Okay, so stated aim of bringing the US back to the forefront of world democracies that promote the values which are enshrined in the West as the central values, such as freedom of expression to the press. Enshrine means when they are fit, right? They are enshrined in means they are set down, spelled out very very clearly. When you say something that this is the case, they are spelled out. Okay. Now, what is mentioned here is that opposite to its stated aim, its position runs opposite to its stated aim of bringing US back to the forefront. To the front means when you are obvious, visible to everybody. So, it shows this whole case how democracies that promote values that are spelled out in the West as central, such as freedom, it is just going opposite to what is there in the democracy, such as value, how they value freedom of expression, that they say we value freedom of expression, but this full scenario goes opposite to it. That is the whole case, right? So, obviously, Mr. Assange, the US government is after him, Biden administration is after him. Now, only guarantee they have told is they will give him confinement in his native. They might give him confinement sentence in his native Australia if he requested that later, right? So this is totally opposite to what was the whole case, right? Opposite to its stated aim of bringing the US back to the forefront of world democracies, right? So it is totally going opposite to where West countries show that they value that freedom of expression is very important to them, central to them. This is totally opposite of what they claim, right? Okay, next, last para. Subjecting means forcing something. Treating Mr. Assange to trial will be a sudden shock against media freedom in the US. Obviously, if he is brought to trial, so this will be a shock against media freedom. Media is not given the freedom, it will show that. Also, it will criminalize investigative journalism. See, this is one part of journalism. When you investigate on certain things, you put out documents, cables, right? it is investigative journalism means when you try to find facts about something, you investigate, you try to find out facts, right? So it will be against it if you will criminalize the person who leaked papers or who showed the reality to the world. Okay, so inner workings, which particularly pointed at the inner workings of the deep state, right? How people work in particularly countries like US. So Mr. Assange's representatives have filed a request before the British High Court. With the present Labour Party led Australian government, he remains an Australian citizen. Right now, Mr. Assange is an Australian citizen. Okay, so they have filed a complaint that after why people are after him, the government, US government is after him. Now, the responsibility on the British judiciary, the British lawmaking people to do right by him. Okay, now, guys, please understand in the last one it is mentioned, it is the onus means responsibility is on the British judiciary to do right by him. By him means, now the preposition that we have used here, so probably right by him meaning to get him justice, right? To speak or behave in a just or beneficial way, be respectful to him. Okay. uh, um yeah, something which will be beneficial, do something in a beneficial way for him, it will be right by him. Right by him means it is an idiom, guys. Do right by him, don't say why this phrase is by preposition is used, it is an idiom. So to do right by someone means to act or to speak or to behave in a way that is fair, honest, beneficial and respectful to someone. Okay, so do right by someone. Tone, definitely it is criticizing the US government for being after Mr. Assange. It is critical towards US government. Okay. Grammar lesson, again, I will say besides, usage of besides and the and then means previous time. Now, then, like we say now, the opposite is then. Okay, previous time. And please understand besides versus beside. Besides means extra information which we give, used as a connector also, meaning in addition to, right? Okay, very quickly, let's do the vocabulary. Flip means stimulus, encouragement. Onus means responsibility. Okay. Um, Let me give you the part of speech also. So guys, when we give a fillip to something means boost. Okay. Basically an encouragement, a noun word used as a noun majorly, a boost, an encouragement. Onus is responsibility. So onus is used as again a noun. You can also say the liability, right? Dogged, we mean continuously you're after something. You are not giving up. Even if it is a tough thing, you show tenacity, you're after it. Dodged pursuit. Okay, this was used to describe the pursuit, means the refusing to give up. Like we say, dodged determination, not to give up. Pivotal, very, very simple, most important point, the central point of something. Pivotal. Okay, central, most important. Next one is the pronunciation, I think, for this one is bulwark. Bulwark is a noun word, something that protects you from unpleasant, difficult situations. Okay, a protection, a wall, unpleasant situations. Then we have grave, which means extremely serious concerns, grave. It is used as an adjective. Repertoire is a noun word meaning collection, collection of something, maybe data. Okay, perpetrators. Perpetrators meaning people who do illegal work. people who do illegal acts. Okay. Extradite. Extradite is, like I said, extradition. You take the person back to the place where he will be charged. Send a person back to the country. Send a person who may be guilty of a crime to the country which wants to put a trial, which country uh, which wants to, of course, put him on a trial, bring him to the court of justice, which wants to put him on trial. For example, Malia, if he comes back to India, extradite on trial. Auto means single, cracy means rule. So autocracy is ruled by an individual, ruled by a single person. Autocracy, democracy, we say by the people, for the people. Now autocracy, cracy is a root meaning rule. So autocracy means system of government in which one person has the complete power, ruled by one individual. So noun. Okay. These are your words. If you see 10 words total. The other two articles which I want you to read, one is from the Hindu at the center of job creation and one is from the Financial Express. Do read these two. Question of the day, guys, enshrined in. But no, that is not only question because we have an important idiom. Do right by someone. This is one idiom. Do right by him or by someone or by her. This is one idiom you should know. Enshrined in, then counter to, shine a light on. Okay, these are simple phrases actually. Shine a light on, counter to. Okay, do mention your answers in the comments and do like, subscribe, and share, guys, my class. Also, don't worry, tomorrow onwards I'll be taking live session, so just watch the recorded today. Any doubts you can mention in the comments along with your homework answers. And guys, anything you buy on olive board, please use my code, which is Harshita. Thank you.